This is Roger Hibbert and his beautiful wife, Elizabeth. And tonight we're in the 25th chapter of Jeremiah. We're doing this as a panorama, so don't get too confused. So we're going through the whole Bible in kind of a panorama. There's 4 different divisions. Yeah. So Jeremiah is talking about the 70 years of enslavement that's coming to Babylon, and the kings are ending with Zedekiah, and that's who's king now with Jeremiah at the end. The word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the people of Judah in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah. Now, Jehoiakim was before Zedekiah, but it's real quick. King of Judah. That was the 1st year of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, which Jeremiah the prophet spoke to all the people of Judah and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem. For 23 years, from the 13th year of Josiah, son of Amon, king of Judah, to this day, the word of the Lord has come to me, and I have spoken persistently to you, but you have not listened. You have neither listened nor inclined your ears to hear, although the Lord persistently sent to you all his servants, the prophets. Now that's interesting. For 23 years, from the 13th year of Josiah. So Josiah was a good king, but then his children didn't turn out so well, and Zedekiah was the last of them. So anyway, Josiah was a very godly king. Anyway, he's been persistently sent to prophesy and saying, turn now every one of you from his evil way and evil deeds, and dwell upon the land that the Lord has given you to you and your fathers from of old and forever. Do not go after other gods to serve and worship them, or to provoke me to anger with the work of your hands. Then I will do you no harm. Yet you have not listened to me, declares the Lord, that you might provoke me to anger with the work of your hands to your own harm. Therefore, thus says the Lord of hosts, because you have not obeyed my words, behold, I will send for all the tribes of the north, declares the Lord, and for Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, and I will bring them against this land and its inhabitants, and against all these surrounding nations, and I will devote them to destruction, and make them a horror, a hissing, and an everlasting desolation. Moreover, I will banish from them the voice of mirth, and the voice of gladness, and the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride, the grinding of the millstones, and the light of the lamp. This whole land shall become a ruin and a waste, and these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years. Then after 70 years completed, I will punish the king of Babylon and that nation, the land of the Chaldeans, for their iniquity, declares the Lord, making the land an everlasting waste. I will bring upon that land all the words that I have uttered against it, everything written in this book, which Jeremiah prophesied against all the nations. For many nations and great kings shall make slaves, even of them, and I will recompense them according to their deeds and the work of their hands. Thus the Lord, the God of Israel, said to me, Take from my hand this cup of the wine of wrath, and make all the nations to whom I send you drink it. They shall drink and stagger and be crazed because of the sword that I am sending among them. So I took the cup from the Lord's hand and made all the nations to whom the Lord sent me drink it. Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, its kings and officials, to make them a desolation and a waste, a hissing and a curse, as at this day. Pharaoh, king of Egypt, his servants, his officials, all his people, and all the mixed tribes among them, all the kings of the land of Uz, and all the kings of the land of the Philistines, Ashkelon, Gaza, Ekron, and the remnant of Ashdod, Edom, Moab, and all the sons of Ammon, and all the kings of Tyre, all the kings of Sidon, and the kings of the coastlines across the sea, Dedan, Tema, Buz, and all who cut the corners of their hair, and all the kings of Arabia, and all the kings of the mixed tribes who dwell in the desert, all the kings of Zimri. And he did it. Nebuchadnezzar took all these kings, if you can, Zimri, all the kings of Elam, and all the kings of Medah, all the kings of the north, far and near, one after another, all the kingdoms of the world that are on the far face of the earth, and after them the king of Babylon shall drink. So Babylon took those, and then after that, the Medes and Persians came against Babylon and took it. Then you shall say to them, thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, drink, be drunk, and vomit, fall and rise no more, because of the sword that I'm sending among you. And if they refuse to accept the cup from your hand to drink, then you shall say to them, thus says the Lord of hosts, you must drink. For behold, I began to work disaster at the city that is called by my name. And shall you go unpunished? You shall not go unpunished. For I am summoning a sword against all the inhabitants of the earth, declares the Lord of hosts. You, therefore, shall prophesy against them all these words, and say to them, the Lord will roar from on high, and from his holy habitation utter his voice. He will roar mightily against his foe, and shout like those who tread grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. The clamor will resound to the ends of the earth, for the Lord has an indictment against the nations. He is entering into judgment with all flesh, and the wicked he will put to the sword, declares the Lord. Thus says the Lord of hosts, behold, disaster is going forth from nation to nation, and a great tempest is stirring from the farthest parts of the earth. And those pierced by the Lord on that day shall extend from one end of the earth to the other. They shall not be lamented or gathered or buried. They shall be dung on the surface of the ground. Wail, you shepherds, and cry out, and roll in ashes, you lords of the flock, for the days of your slaughter and dispersion have come, and you shall fall like a choice vessel. No refuge will remain for the shepherds, no escape for the lords of the flock. A voice, the cry of the shepherds, and he will wail of the lords of the flock, for the Lord is laying waste their pasture, and the peaceful folds are devastated because of the fierce anger of the Lord. Like a lion, he has left his lair, for their land has become a waste because of the sword of the oppressor and because of his fierce anger. Okay, that was a long one, wasn't it? Okie dokie. All right. And now we're going to Matthew. They will be in the 6th chapter of Matthew.